Do you wake up every morning feeling drained before the day even starts? Does it feel like your energy is already gone by mid-morning, even though you've only just gotten up? If so, you're not alone. Many people over 60 unknowingly make mistakes in their morning routines that leave them feeling tired, sluggish, and ready to crawl back into bed. It's easy to fall into habits that drain our energy, especially as we age. But the good news is that by identifying these mistakes, you can make simple changes that will leave you feeling more energized, refreshed, and ready to take on the day. In this video, we're going to explore 7 common morning mistakes that could be zapping your energy and explain how to fix them so that you can start each day feeling strong and ready to go. These are small habits that, over time, can make a huge difference in how you feel throughout the day. Whether it's skipping breakfast, drinking coffee on an empty stomach, or not getting enough hydration, the way you start your morning sets the tone for the entire day. If you're finding yourself feeling more tired than you should in the mornings, it's time to take a look at what might be going wrong and how you can fix it. By making a few simple changes to your morning routine, you can reclaim your energy and feel more vibrant and active, no matter your age. I know you are a person who likes to watch videos quietly. If you have not liked and subscribed to the channel, now is a good time to do it because you are a kind person. If the video is helpful, press 1. If the video is not good enough or needs improvement, press 2. Thanks everyone. Now let's get started. Number 1, skipping breakfast or eating too late. Mrs. Helen, a warm-hearted 72-year-old from Oregon, had always been a late riser. After retiring, she enjoyed taking her time in the mornings. A cup of tea by the window, reading the newspaper, maybe watering the garden. But one habit had slowly crept into her routine without her fully realizing it. She had stopped eating breakfast. "I just don't feel hungry in the morning," she would say, brushing off her daughter's gentle concerns. Some mornings she wouldn't eat until nearly 11 a.m., and even then, it was usually just toast or crackers. Over time, Helen began noticing that she had far less energy in the early part of the day. She'd feel foggy-headed, slightly dizzy, and lacked the motivation to do even the things she once enjoyed. "I thought I was just getting older," she said. But the truth was, her body was running on empty. Skipping breakfast, or delaying it for hours after waking, is one of the most common yet underestimated reasons older adults feel fatigued and sluggish in the morning. After a night of sleep, your body has gone several hours without food. Glucose levels drop, and without proper fuel, your brain and muscles don't have the energy they need to function well. For seniors who often already deal with slower digestion, changes in metabolism, or medications that affect appetite, skipping breakfast can significantly worsen feelings of weakness and disorientation throughout the morning. Many people believe that skipping breakfast might help them lose weight or that it's harmless if they're not hungry. But for older adults, this habit can lead to blood sugar imbalances, reduced muscle maintenance, and even cognitive sluggishness. When your body doesn't receive the fuel it needs soon after waking, it can trigger a stress response that elevates cortisol, the stress hormone, which not only causes fatigue, but can also contribute to inflammation and muscle breakdown over time. Helen's experience was a classic case. Without breakfast, her body wasn't getting the protein, fiber, or nutrients it needed to start the day strong. Her blood sugar dipped, her muscles lacked support, and her brain struggled to stay alert. After finally talking with her doctor, she agreed to try a simple breakfast routine for 2 weeks. Nothing fancy, just a boiled egg, half a banana, and a slice of whole grain toast with peanut butter. To her surprise, she felt more awake within the first hour of eating. Her mood improved, and she even had enough energy to walk around the block before lunch. "I never thought something so small could make such a difference," she said with a smile. The important takeaway here is this: your body needs consistent fuel, especially in the morning. Breakfast doesn't need to be a large meal, but it should include some protein, healthy fat, and complex carbohydrates to stabilize your energy and keep your brain sharp. Think Greek yogurt with berries, oatmeal with nuts, or a slice of avocado toast with a hard-boiled egg. Even a small balanced meal within an hour of waking can help your body switch from a fasting state into an energized, active one. especially after 60, when nutrient absorption and muscle preservation become more important. Skipping breakfast not only affects your morning, but sets the tone for the entire day. It's like trying to drive a car without gas. You might move a little at first, but eventually you sputter and stall. By giving your body the fuel it needs early in the day, you're giving yourself the best chance to move through your day with strength, stability, and clarity. In the next section, we'll talk about a mistake that many people make right after they wake up. Something that feels like a comfort, but might actually be draining your body even further. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Number 2, drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Mr. Raymond, a 76-year-old retired postal worker from Arizona, had one sacred ritual he never skipped: his morning coffee. As soon as he opened his eyes, he would make his way to the kitchen, pour himself a large mug of strong, black coffee, and sit quietly on his porch watching the sunrise. It was his moment of peace. But over time, something started to change. Raymond began to feel jittery within an hour of waking. His stomach would gurgle uncomfortably, and sometimes he felt lightheaded by mid-morning. His hands would shake slightly, and he often had to sit down again, even if he hadn't done anything physically demanding. "I thought it was just age catching up with me," he explained to his doctor during a checkup. But what was really happening had nothing to do with aging. It had everything to do with drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Many older adults, like Raymond, have long depended on their morning coffee to help them wake up and get going. Coffee is comforting, familiar, and for many, an emotional part of the morning routine. But when consumed before eating anything, especially on an empty stomach, it can do more harm than good, particularly after the age of 60. First, coffee stimulates the production of stomach acid. Without any food to buffer it, this acid can irritate the stomach lining, leading to discomfort, bloating, or even acid reflux. For seniors who already have sensitive digestion or are taking medications, this can make mornings unpleasant and painful. More importantly, drinking coffee on an empty stomach can also trigger a stress response in the body. Coffee increases the production of cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. While cortisol naturally rises in the morning to help us wake up, drinking coffee first thing can cause a sharp spike, pushing the body into fight-or-flight mode. This can lead to anxiety, shakiness, heart palpitations, or a mid-morning crash. And for older adults whose adrenal systems are less resilient, this extra cortisol spike can leave you feeling more tired, not more awake, once it wears off. Coffee also acts as a diuretic, meaning it encourages the body to release water. If your first drink of the day is coffee without any water beforehand, you may become mildly dehydrated, which contributes to fatigue, confusion, and headaches. Many people don't realize that dehydration is one of the most common and most overlooked reasons older adults feel exhausted throughout the day. Raymond's doctor explained that coffee wasn't the enemy, but the timing was. With just a few small changes, Raymond transformed his mornings. He began his day with a glass of warm water with a slice of lemon, giving his body hydration before anything else. Then he would eat a light breakfast, sometimes a boiled egg with toast, or a small bowl of oatmeal. And only then would he enjoy his cherished cup of coffee. Within a week, the difference was noticeable. The shakiness stopped, his stomach felt calm, and he no longer experienced that sudden energy crash mid-morning. "I still have my coffee," he said with a smile, "but now I enjoy it even more, because I feel better afterward." The key lesson here is this: coffee is not bad, but drinking it first thing, without any food or water, can drain your energy instead of boosting it. If you love your morning coffee, keep it, but make sure to hydrate and eat something small first. Give your body a chance to stabilize before introducing caffeine. Your digestion will thank you, your energy will last longer, and you'll feel more grounded and steady throughout your morning. In the next section, we'll talk about another common mistake that leaves many seniors feeling fatigued and foggy, one that's as simple as forgetting to drink enough water when you wake up. Number 3, not hydrating properly after waking up. Mrs. Louise, a gentle 80-year-old widow from North Carolina, had a comforting morning routine she followed every day for years. She would wake up, open the curtains to let in the sunlight, and head straight to the kitchen to make her toast and tea. She didn't think much about hydration. In fact, she rarely drank a full glass of water in the mornings. "I've never been much of a water drinker," she would say with a shrug. But as time went on, Louise began to notice some changes in how she felt when she started her day. Her mouth felt dry, her head slightly foggy, and sometimes she'd feel a bit dizzy when getting out of bed. She chalked it up to aging, but deep down, she wondered if something else was going on. What Louise didn't realize was that not drinking enough water after waking up was one of the biggest reasons she was feeling tired and off balance. After a full night's sleep, your body has gone 6, 7, or even 8 hours without any hydration. That's a long time for your body, especially your brain, muscles, and joints, to be without water. During sleep, your body continues to function, digest, and even lose moisture through breathing and perspiration. By the time you wake up, you're already slightly dehydrated, whether you feel thirsty or not. For older adults, the sensation of thirst often becomes weaker with age, meaning you may not even realize your body's in need of water. And yet, water is essential for everything, from blood circulation and digestion to joint lubrications and cognitive function. Even mild dehydration can cause symptoms like fatigue, dizziness, low blood pressure, poor focus, and sluggish digestion. That's why starting your day without properly hydrating is like trying to drive a car without oil. Everything still works, but not smoothly, and wear and tear builds up quickly. Louise's doctor gently pointed this out during a routine visit. When she explained how she usually didn't drink much water until lunchtime, her doctor encouraged her to try a small change. Drink 1 full glass of water within 15 to 30 minutes of waking up. It didn't have to be cold or fancy, just room temperature water with or without a splash of lemon. Louise decided to give it a try. She placed a glass by her bedside every night and drank it as soon as she woke up, even before making her tea. Within just a few days, she felt the difference. Her morning dizziness decreased, her mind felt clearer, and she even found it easier to move around without feeling stiff. "It's the easiest thing I've done for my health," she later told her daughter, "and I never realized how much my body was asking for it." This simple habit, hydrating first thing in the morning, is one of the most underrated ways to boost energy naturally, especially after 60. Water helps rehydrate your cells, flush out toxins that built up overnight, and kickstart your metabolism and circulation. It also helps with bowel movements, which can be sluggish in the morning, especially for seniors. When you begin your day with water, you're sending your body a signal. "I'm ready to function. Let's get going." So if you've been waking up feeling foggy, stiff, or more tired than you should, ask yourself, did I drink any water yet today? Try starting with 1 glass, about 8 to 12 ounces, and slowly build up the habit. Add a slice of lemon if you want flavor, or keep a pretty glass near your bed as a gentle visual reminder. Your body, your brain, and even your mood will thank you. In the next section, we'll look at a mistake that's just as common but a little more complicated: overeating or eating the wrong foods for breakfast, and how that can leave you feeling heavy, sluggish, and tired instead of energized and clear-headed. Number 4, overeating or eating the wrong foods for breakfast. Mr. Stanley, a 74-year-old retired truck driver from Georgia, had always believed in a hearty breakfast. "You gotta fuel the engine," he used to say, piling his plate high with bacon, eggs, buttered toast, pancakes, and a big cup of coffee to wash it all down. For decades, that kind of breakfast had been his tradition, a habit passed down from his father. But as the years went on, Stanley began to notice something odd. Instead of feeling energized after breakfast, he often felt sluggish, heavy, and ready to lie back down. His wife, Martha, gently commented one morning, "You just ate a full meal and now you're napping again. Doesn't that tell you something?" What Stanley didn't realize was that eating too much or eating the wrong types of foods in the morning can have the opposite effect of what we want. While it's true that breakfast is important, what you eat and how much matters just as much, especially after the age of 60. Overeating at breakfast, especially with heavy, greasy, or sugar-laden foods, can put extra stress on your digestive system at a time when your body is just waking up. This causes your body to divert precious energy toward digestion, leaving you feeling tired, bloated, and mentally foggy. Many traditional breakfast foods, like sugary cereals, white toast, pancakes, muffins, and processed breakfast meats, are high in refined carbohydrates, unhealthy fats, and added sugars. While they may taste comforting, they often cause a rapid spike in blood sugar followed by a crash, leading to mid-morning fatigue, irritability, and even hunger not long after eating. For seniors who may already be dealing with slower metabolism, insulin resistance, or sensitive digestion, this kind of breakfast becomes even more problematic. Instead of providing fuel, it steals your energy and leaves you feeling worse. Stanley's doctor explained this during a routine checkup. He gently suggested that while breakfast is indeed the most important meal of the day, it needs to be balanced and lighter than what Stanley had been eating. Stanley was skeptical at first. He had always believed that more food equals more energy, but he agreed to try a small change for 1 week. Instead of his usual big plate, he would eat a smaller breakfast with protein, fiber, and healthy fat. His new breakfast became a simple plate of scrambled eggs with spinach, a slice of whole grain toast, and a few berries on the side. He also started drinking a glass of water before his coffee, just as the doctor recommended. By the 3rd day, Stanley noticed something he hadn't felt in years: clarity. He didn't need to nap mid-morning. He had more energy to do yard work and even made a trip to the store without feeling drained. "I didn't know breakfast could work for me instead of against me," he told Martha. "Turns out it's not just about eating, it's about eating right." The lesson here is powerful. Your breakfast should energize you, not exhaust you. After 60, your body processes food differently. What might have worked when you were younger, like heavy carb-loaded meals, can now lead to fatigue and weight gain. Instead, focus on smaller, nutrient-dense meals with a mix of lean protein, like eggs or Greek yogurt, complex carbs, like oats or whole grain bread, and healthy fats like avocado or nuts. Avoid sugary cereals, pastries, and heavy processed meats. They may comfort the tongue, but they drain the body. Eating a balanced breakfast sets the tone for your blood sugar, your mood, and your stamina for the rest of the day. If you find yourself feeling sleepy or heavy after breakfast, it's worth looking at your plate and asking, is this food helping me feel alive or slowing me down? The answer may surprise you. In the next section, we'll explore a morning mistake that has nothing to do with what you eat, but everything to do with how you move, or don't move, in the first hour after waking up. Number 5, not getting enough morning movement. Mrs. Darlene, a 70-year-old retired librarian from Minnesota, had always thought of herself as a fairly active person. She went for a walk in the afternoon, occasionally did some gentle yoga, and never missed her Thursday senior dance class at the community center. But her mornings, they were slow, quiet, and still. After waking up, she would spend an hour reading or scrolling on her tablet before even getting out of bed. Then she'd move to the kitchen, sit down with her breakfast and coffee, and sometimes turn on the TV. It wasn't until late morning that she really started moving. Over time, Darlene began noticing she was more sluggish than she used to be. Her joints felt stiffer, her energy seemed to lag until midday, and she found herself needing more time to wake up. It wasn't until a friend mentioned how much better they felt after stretching in the morning that Darlene realized she wasn't giving her body a proper start to the day. One of the most overlooked but powerful ways to boost energy, especially after 60, is morning movement. When you wake up, your body has been still for 7 to 9 hours. Your circulation is slower, your joints may be stiff, and your muscles are not yet activated. If you stay sedentary for the first part of your day, you're essentially telling your body to remain in a low-energy, low-functioning state. And that decision echoes throughout the rest of your day. You feel heavy, foggy, and less motivated to do anything that requires real effort. What many seniors don't realize is that you don't need to do a full workout or break a sweat first thing in the morning. Even just 5 to 10 minutes of gentle movement can make a huge difference. This might include stretching your arms and legs, walking around the house, doing seated leg lifts, or even light dancing in the kitchen. Movement helps stimulate blood flow, wake up your muscles, and send oxygen to your brain, which in turn improves mental clarity, mood, and energy levels. In Darlene's case, her doctor recommended she try a morning routine that included simple, easy movements right after getting out of bed. She began each day by doing a full-body stretch while lying in bed, then sitting up slowly and doing gentle neck and shoulder rolls. Once standing, she would do light calf raises while brushing her teeth and side steps while waiting for the kettle to boil. These small movements, which took no more than 10 minutes total, helped her joints loosen, her heart rate rise slightly, and her mind feel more alert. After just 1 week of adding this gentle movement into her morning, Darlene noticed a significant change. "I feel more awake now than I have in months," she said. "My body isn't fighting to get going anymore. It's already moving by the time I start my day." What was once a sluggish, sedentary start to the morning had become a peaceful and empowering ritual that gave her energy, not stole it. The truth is, our bodies were made to move, and starting your day with stillness sets a tone of inactivity that's hard to shake. But when you gently activate your muscles, joints, and circulation in the morning, you're sending a powerful message to your body: "I'm ready. Let's begin." This doesn't have to be complex. Even a short walk down the hall, a few stretches with your arms raised above your head, or simply standing and sitting a few times from a chair can be enough to prime your body for the day ahead. So if you've been feeling low energy in the morning, take a moment to consider your movement. Are you giving your body a chance to wake up physically, not just mentally? You might be surprised at how such a small change can shift everything else. In the next section, we'll explore a mistake that might be hiding in plain sight: starting your day without any kind of plan or purpose, and how that can drain more energy than you might expect. Number 6. Not taking time to plan your day. Mr. Eugene, a 78-year-old former accountant from Colorado, used to live by his daily planner. Back when he was working full-time, every morning started with a review of appointments, deadlines, and tasks neatly listed out for the day. He always knew what needed to be done and when, but after retirement, the routine began to fade. Without work or structured responsibilities, his mornings slowly turned into a blur. He would wake up, glance at the clock, and drift from the kitchen to the couch to the backyard without any particular direction. Some days he stayed in his robe until noon, unsure of how time slipped away. Though he enjoyed the freedom at first, Eugene eventually began to feel something he hadn't expected: drained. "You'd think not having a schedule would be relaxing," he said to a neighbor, "but lately I just feel tired, unmotivated, and a little lost." What Eugene was experiencing is something many retirees encounter: mental fatigue caused by a lack of structure. It might sound counterintuitive, but not having a plan for your day can actually lead to more stress and exhaustion than having too much to do. When your brain wakes up and doesn't have a clear sense of purpose or direction, it stays in a state of low-level decision-making all day, constantly wondering, what should I do next? This kind of indecision drains mental energy, increases anxiety, and reduces motivation. Over time, it can make even simple days feel overwhelming and tiring. For older adults, especially those no longer in the workforce, starting the day with intention can be one of the most energizing things you can do. Having a few small goals, even something as simple as fold the laundry, call my daughter, or take a 10-minute walk, gives your day structure and momentum. It doesn't have to be a strict schedule, just a simple mental roadmap that lets your brain feel safe, organized, and at ease. This kind of light planning can reduce mental clutter and help you move through your day with more focus and energy. Eugene's daughter, who noticed her father's low energy, encouraged him to bring back some of his old habits. She bought him a simple notepad and asked him to write down 3 things each morning: something he needed to do, something he wanted to enjoy, and someone he wanted to connect with. It took less than 5 minutes, but it changed everything. Eugene started his days with a short list. 1. Water the tomatoes. 2. Finish reading chapter 6. 3. Call Joe. That little list gave him structure, motivation, and even a sense of accomplishment by the end of the day. Within a few weeks, Eugene found his energy returning. He got dressed earlier, ate breakfast with more focus, and began initiating small outings like going to the library or visiting the local park. "I feel more like myself again," he told his daughter. "It's funny. I thought retirement meant freedom from structure, but turns out I just needed a little plan to keep me going." The truth is, your mind craves a sense of purpose at every age, and the morning is the best time to set that tone. By giving your day a soft structure, you calm the mental noise that can otherwise drain your energy before lunchtime. You start to feel more present, more in control, and more energized to do the things that bring you joy. So tomorrow morning, try this. Before you reach for your phone or turn on the TV, take just 2 minutes to jot down what you'd like your day to look like. It doesn't have to be fancy, just a few simple intentions. That quiet act of planning can be the spark that brings structure, energy, and purpose back into your morning. In the next section, we'll take a look at one of the most common and sneaky mistakes people make the moment they open their eyes. Grabbing technology right after waking up, and how that one habit might be stealing your clarity before the day even begins. Number 7, using technology right after waking up. Mrs. Eleanor, a 75-year-old former school teacher from Pennsylvania, loved staying connected with her children and grandchildren. After her husband passed away, her smartphone and tablet became a comforting window to the world. Photos from her daughter in California, weather updates, news alerts, and even morning Bible verses sent from her church group. Naturally, the very first thing she did each morning was reach for her phone, still lying on the nightstand. Before her feet even touched the ground, she would scroll through messages, check headlines, peek at Facebook, and sometimes get lost in the sea of notifications. It felt productive, like she was starting her day in the know. But after a few months, Eleanor began to notice a strange trend. Even though she was sleeping 7 to 8 hours, she woke up feeling mentally drained, tense, and emotionally scattered before breakfast. "I used to feel peace in the mornings," she said softly to her friend. "Now I feel like the world barges into my brain the moment I wake up." What Eleanor was experiencing is something many older adults encounter without realizing it: morning overstimulation from technology. Reaching for your phone or tablet immediately after waking might seem harmless, even comforting, but it can quickly overwhelm your nervous system. When you scroll through news, social media, or notifications the moment you open your eyes, you're bombarding your just awakened brain with stress, noise, and distraction before it's had a chance to orient itself for the day. Here's the science behind it. The brain transitions from deep sleep into wakefulness gradually. During this transition, your cortisol levels, the hormone that helps your body wake up, are naturally rising. But when you instantly check your device, you introduce artificial stimulation that causes a spike in cortisol, leading to feelings of anxiety, restlessness, and emotional fatigue. Even positive or neutral content can lead to information overload, making it harder to focus, prioritize, and feel calm. And for seniors who may already deal with memory lapses or cognitive fatigue, this early morning tech storm can leave them feeling off for the rest of the day. There's also a subtle emotional cost. Reading distressing news, comparing yourself to others on social media, or feeling pressure to respond to messages first thing in the morning can trigger a low-level stress response that lingers quietly in the background. Instead of starting your day grounded, you're already in reaction mode, not creation mode. Eleanor's doctor gently suggested a new morning routine. For the first 30 minutes after waking, no phone, no tablet. Instead, she was encouraged to do 3 simple things: drink a glass of water, open a window for fresh air and natural light, and sit quietly for a few moments, either journaling or simply breathing deeply. The first few mornings felt strange, even a little empty, but Eleanor quickly began to notice a shift. Her thoughts felt clearer, her mood more steady. She had more energy to approach the rest of her morning with calm and intention. I still love my phone, she laughed, but now I let my soul wake up before my screen does. This doesn't mean you have to give up technology altogether. Far from it. Staying connected, informed, and entertained is a beautiful part of modern life. But creating a boundary between waking and screen time gives your brain the space it needs to transition into the day naturally and healthily. It helps you reclaim the early hours as a time of calm, clarity, and gentle intention. So tomorrow morning, try this. Instead of reaching for your phone, reach for a moment of stillness. Stretch, breathe, sip your water, step outside, let your thoughts arrive slowly. You may find that those first few screen-free minutes give you more energy, more peace, and more presence than any news headline ever could. In the next and final section, we'll wrap everything up and reflect on how small shifts in your morning routine, just like the ones we've explored, can lead to big improvements in energy, clarity, and joy throughout your day. Conclusion. So as we've explored today, those quiet hours in the morning, the way you wake, the choices you make, the rhythms you fall into, all carry far more weight than most of us realize. Especially after the age of 60, your morning routine is not just a routine, it's a message to your body and mind about how you want to move through the day. Whether it's skipping breakfast, drinking coffee on an empty stomach, forgetting to hydrate, or scrolling through your phone before your feet even hit the floor, these habits can slowly chip away at your energy, clarity, and joy. But the good news is that none of these habits are set in stone. Every single one of them can be gently reshaped. You don't need a total overhaul or some strict routine that feels like a chore. Sometimes all it takes is a small shift. A glass of water before coffee, a 2-minute stretch after waking, writing down 3 little intentions for your day. These seemingly tiny changes are actually powerful messages to your body that say, I care about you. Let's have a good day. If you've recognized yourself in any of these mistakes, that's not something to feel bad about. It's something to celebrate, because now you're aware. And awareness is always the first step toward change. Remember, your energy doesn't disappear because of age alone. More often, it slips away through patterns we don't even notice, until one day we do. So tomorrow morning, take it slow. Choose one thing from today's video that resonated with you and try it. See how you feel. Let your body speak to you. You might be surprised at how quickly your mornings and your entire day begin to feel different. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this video helped you feel more empowered, more informed, and more inspired to treat your mornings as sacred time, because you deserve to start every day with energy and peace. We really appreciate you spending time with us today. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a like and hit that subscribe button. It's a simple way to support our work, and it helps more people discover the tips they need to live healthier, happier lives. And if you want to stay up to date, just click the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. See you again soon.